Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on Newsx. Our big focus is, of course, on the Bihar Assembly election result, and it has been a stupendous victory, of course, a landslide win for the NDA. The NDA, of course, has done extremely well, and it, of course, does augur very, very well for Nitish Kumar, the incumbent CM. A better performance for the NDA. In fact, the JDU has almost doubled its seats. The BJP is also up by a significant figure. So overall, of course, very good showing for the NDA. Their allies also have done extremely well, including the LJP, the HAM and the RLM. On the other hand, it's a rout for the Mahagathbandhan. The Congress is down to dismal single-digit figures. The VIP has not opened its account. The left also has pretty much been routed, and the RJD is also down by a substantial margin compared to the seats that they managed to get in 2020. To discuss this, let me bring in Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, into the discussion. Tehseen, thank you for joining us on Newsx. How do you decode the election result that Bihar has thrown up?
First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show. I apologize, I'm joining from the car as this was a little last minute. But the way I decoded is congratulations to the BJP and Nitish Ji and Chirag, Paswan and the NDA. What a fantastic victory. But also the way that I decoded is two ways. I think the opposition, particularly the India Alliance, has to look within. Are they raising the right issues? Are they raising the issues of the people? And are they raising the issues of the people positively and bringing solutions? You can't be on TV every day abusing people, shouting at people, screaming at people, telling, people know what the problems are, but not have a solution and blame everything but yourselves. The Congress in particular has to look at it in this way. They lost after the Lok Sabha elections, they've lost Haryana, they've lost Maharashtra, they've lost Delhi, and now Bihar. What is the grand old party doing and who's responsible for this? I think these are very pertinent questions the opposition will have to ask.
Before we get to the opposition, Tehseen, let's just talk about the NDA. Landslide win for the NDA, of course. It seems to have been a pro-incumbency vote for Nitish Kumar and the National Democratic Alliance. The high voter turnout, obviously a sign that more voters wanted to reimpose faith in the governance of the NDA, this double-engine sarkar that the Prime Minister often speaks about. What all do you believe has worked for them? Is it, the fear of the Jungle Raj returning to Bihar? Is it some of the game-changing schemes that the government has brought about? Is it the Sushasana image of Nitish Kumar himself? Is it the charisma of PM Modi? What do you believe went right for the NDA?
Many things. As you know, and you've covered politics and you're so good in this, it cannot be one factor and it cannot be one linear factor. Many things. Obviously, there is the Nemo factor, Nitish and Modi ji. Then there is Modi ji's grand vision. There is Nitish ji's Sushasana. There is the fear of going back to Jungle Raj. There is other issues as well. There is lack of options in the opposition and believable ability to solve the problem. The women have voted above caste. The women have voted above religion. So there are all of these issues that have worked for the ruling NDA, and of course, one very critical factor, Chirag Paswan joining in the NDA. That ensured that the votes did not get split. The Paswan votes went to Nitish ji, and hence Nitish ji got the highest gain. One last thing that I would think that worked for or works differently in India. If I were to give you an example of the United States of America, and you look at Joe Biden, he's not at the best of health, etc. People in the United States don't like their leaders not being in the best of health. With Nitish ji, there was a sympathy factor. There was a factor that, look, we cannot lose him. Let's do this one time for him. And obviously, the women have voted above caste lines, maybe some even above religious lines. So I think these are factors that have worked for Nitish ji and Modi ji, as I call it the Nemo factor.
Absolutely.
Nitish and Modi.
These are all valid points that have all, of course, come into effect for them. You spoke about the Nemo factor. There's also the MY. The MY often was referred to as Muslim Yadav, and it was thought to be a lethal, political calculus to win an election. the SP used it in UP many times. The RJD too used it in Bihar. But now MY has flipped. It's the Mahila and the Yuva, and they seem to be backing the NDA.
Simple maths will tell you MY cannot make you win an election because you get stuck at 35, 38%. If I were to put it another way, Laluji is Tejaswi's greatest strength. Laluji is also Tejaswi's greatest weakness because he's unable to go beyond that 35, 34, 35%. And then you add another OBC group or an EBC group or a forward caste to cross that magical 41, 42%. The coalition that the NDA so magnificently stitched up. In Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh Yadav has stitched the PDA. Therefore, he gets the benefits of that. But more importantly, why is this arrogant, assumption that the Muslims will only vote for the Congress and RJD or Congress and SP? Young Muslims have the same aspirations as young Hindus. They want better lives, better jobs, dignity, and a good future. And they will trust those who give it to them. Secondly, they also want representation. Now, the BJP doesn't give them tickets. If the RJD Congress is not going to give them tickets, who's going to give them tickets? So a lot of these youngsters that I met on the Patna airport when I was flying back, that specially come to cast their vote. And I asked them, you're spending so much money to cast their vote. And there are two fears. One, if they don't cast their vote, their name would get cut off and they won't be citizens. But more importantly, they were voting for MIM. And the reason is they were saying, look, at least MIM is giving us representation. So that's been an error on the RJD Congress part to one extent.
Yeah, which is why the AIMIM has, pretty much maintained what they have. They've not gone down. They're still at 5 seats. They won 5 seats in 2020 as well. So good showing for the AIMIM again. In fact, at one point, they were even ahead of the Congress. Now, let's just talk about the opposition, Tehseen. It's a disaster for them. Complete rout for the Mahagathbandhan. Tejaswi Yadav's RJD down to 25 leads as we speak. The Congress in single digits. The VIP didn't even open its account. What do you attribute the Mahagathbandhan's disaster showing to?
First of all, wrong reading of the issues. SIR and vote chori was not an issue. Number one, it was initially an issue at the timing of what had happened. That had to move from SIR to Bihar Adhikar Yatra, where you would tell the people of Bihar realistically what you're doing for them and how you'll solve your problems. 2.5 crore jobs, government jobs were not believable. Number two, like I said, SIR and vote chori was not an issue. As somebody told me in one of the areas of Simachal, अगर 45 लाख नाम कटे हैं तो वो लोग सड़क पे क्यों नहीं है? वो लोग प्रदर्शन क्यों नहीं कर रहे? So where were those names? Third, I'm again putting it. As an opposition, and I vote for the Congress, we should learn to build bridges, not burn bridges. We should put solutions forward. People know the problems. We need to be a little more positive. Lastly, particularly for the Congress, the same people who distributed tickets in Punjab, distributed tickets in Haryana, distributed tickets in Delhi, distributed tickets in Maharashtra, distributed tickets in Bihar. Who's accountable? They will be the same people who will make a report of what went wrong with the Congress and nothing will work on it. What is the accountability of the General Secretary in charge? I would like to know that. What is the accountability of the media department? What is the accountability of other people? You can't be this way. You can't be
because
like
this happens election after election, Tehseen. We saw it in Maharashtra, we saw it in Haryana, and now we are seeing it in Bihar. What will change to course correct ahead of Assam and other states like Kerala next year?
No, again, you have to work hard. Look at you. Let me take your example. You are a dynamic, self-made person who runs a 9 o'clock show. If night after night after night you fail, at some point you'll be answerable to your management, you'll be answerable to your bosses, to your own team. Where is that accountability? Number one. Number two, look at it. You're doing a show. Your team called me up. I'm on the middle of the road. Stop. We're doing this show. You have to make things happen. That's just the nature of it.
And as you said, Tehseen, you just said the vote chori, campaign did not work. Obviously, that is shown with these numbers. But what have Congress spokespersons done today on many of my shows and programs? They once again said, "Wo hamari vote chori hui hai. It's the EC to blame, which is why we've lost." I countered that by asking them, "How come you won Anta in Rajasthan today?" That's a bypoll that also happened today by the same EC. They said, no, that's selective and we've lost here though because of the EC. So the reasons...
In Telangana.
Absolutely. Telangana as well.
And Telangana.
Yeah, Jubilee Hills.
The only Yadav that the Congress won was in Jubilee Hills, Hyderabad.
True. So how
Only
can they?
Yadav on the Congress ticket
Yes.
won.
So why are they selectively targeting DC? And do you believe this is going to cut ice, or do you believe that they will have to change the issues for the people? And will they is the big question.
Who are the advisors? People like, say, for example, Mr. Yadav, Yogendra Yadav. Has he won a single election in his life? One day he's a cephalologist, one day he's the activist, one day he's a Kisan Neta, one day he's a news expert, one day something else. Everything he says, the opposite happens. He said there was a tsunami for the Congress in Haryana. The Congress lost Haryana. He said Bihar SIR is a big issue. Look, even the data guy from Tamil Nadu keeps giving them wrong data. Then lastly, look, there was one very important question somebody in Bihar I was discussing with, and these were people from the SC, ST, OBC community. ST is very little in Bihar, but still, there was a group of these citizens and some from the EBC community. They said, "Aapne caste census kara diya, uske baad kya? What happens after that? Aapne Karnataka mein kara diya caste survey, Telangana mein kara diya, what after that?" Look, again, I'm telling you, people know the problems. What is the solution? There is an economic model of the BJP. There was an economic model of Nitish ji. It's the highest growth rate. GDSP, Bihar has the highest GDSP in the country at the moment. You can like it, dislike it, criticize it. You know what is there. It's a known devil. We are not giving an alternative. That's the problem. I know the problems. I even believe Election Commission was unfair. It should not have allowed those 10,000 rupees transfers. I'm completely with the opposition on that. I do believe SIR could have happened at a different time. But having said that, that's over and done with. Can we now move on to better solutions, better issues? We get stuck on one issue and it doesn't even resonate with people.
Okay, final question.
Where are those 45 lakhs of names cut?
Absolutely. Final question to you, Tehseen. What ramifications will this verdict today have on the national picture and on other state elections as well coming up, in the next year and a half? Like UP, do you believe Akhilesh Yadav is going to continue with his alliance with the Congress, or do you believe there could be question marks on that? Also, states like Assam, Kerala, where the Congress will hope to also do better than they did last time. What bearings will this result have?
Very interesting question. Number one, nationally, what does this do to the BJP? The BJP goes in with a lot of confidence in Bengal. Mamta ji is not going to answer the Congress phone. She's not going to pick up the phone. She's going to make it her versus BJP, and she's going to ask the BJP to bring it on. So it's going to be very interesting. Assam, Asaduddin Owaisi will go to Assam. He will now create an impact in Assam. He will try and take Badruddin Ajmal's place. Kerala, the Congress has a realistic chance of winning. Realistic. If the General Secretary in charge of the Congress does not intervene too much, lets it be, they have a realistic chance of winning, provided they stitch a good coalition. Tamil Nadu, DMK is the boss. Again, what DMK will decide to give the Congress will have to take it and fight it. The DMK is going to make sure that it's going to be a tough ally. And lastly, Uttar Pradesh. Akhilesh Yadav's already stitched a PD alliance. The Congress can be a part of it, but it will be Akhilesh's terms and conditions. What happened in Bihar, where those 60 seats, 61 seats, that won't happen. BJP will see itself go, will see the Ganga flow from Bihar into West Bengal. The BJP will look at retaining Assam. Those are the two states the BJP will look at. It will look at increasing its vote percentage in Kerala, and it will see how things play out with the AIDMK in Tamil Nadu, while the Congress will flirt a little bit with Vijay to put pressure on DMK. That's what's going to happen.
All right. Thank you very much for your assessment, Tehseen Poonawalla, and your analysis